Therefore, the issue we're trying to answer today is, why do the majority of Indian guys have this noticeable pot belly? Indian women are also becoming larger in the middle. What causes this to occur, and what can be done to stop it? When we first diagnosed, many of my patients were from India, and they came in wanting to lose weight. However, belly fat is only one aspect of digestive issues. Anyone with a belly will also likely have a fatty liver. When you dig deeper into the subject of digestive issues in India, we don't really know what causes them. Most likely, stress or inactivity are at blame, but they're ignoring the obvious. What's the big deal? Let's get started on it right away. An omnivore is someone who follows a diet that includes both plant-based foods like meat and animal products like plants. On the other hand, a herbivore, like gorillas, grazes all day long to obtain enough food, and they always have a large belly that protrudes, sometimes even wider than their shoulders. Now compare that to an omnivore, like chimpanzees, who will consume both plants and meat as well as other animals. Gilly, our goat, has a flat stomach, just like chimpanzees do. After my friend left for a few days, I took care of the goats and observed that young Gilly had a large protruding stomach. I was worried, so I drove Gilly to the veterinarian for more than an hour to get him checked out. The veterinarian indicated after looking at Gilly that this is typical. The fact that goats are meant to have a belly makes me realize that I had no understanding what was going on there and how it related to humans. Well, in the case of herbivores, they are fermenting fiber. However, it's really the bacteria in the stomach, and the animal obtains its protein from the bacteria by means of the fiber it consumes. Okay, so bacteria make up about 60% of protein, which can then be absorbed by herbivores because these animals cannot digest the fiber directly. India is the country that consumes the least amount of animal meat worldwide, and as a result, their small intestines are experiencing way too much fermentation. This condition is known as small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, SIBO, which is a situation where fermentation is occurring in the wrong place because the large intestine should be the site of fiber digestion because it is followed by the stomach. If you examine the diet of Indians 5,000 years ago and 100 years ago, you will see that they were not major meat eaters. Nevertheless, they occasionally consumed goat and sheep, but not beef as part of their current diet. The three main ingredients in almost all ultra-processed foods are sugar, glucose syrup, not to be confused with real sugar cane. This is synthetic sugar, highly industrialized and highly inflammatory seed oils, and starches, food starch. We're not talking about potatoes here. We're not even talking about natural rice. We are talking about refined starches, which are all in their diets, especially when someone is poor and unable to afford higher quality foods. If we add that to the mix, we begin to seriously erode the stomach lining to the point where ulcers or gastritis can occur. This is because when we start eating junk food and weaken our immune systems, bacteria called H. pylori emerges and begins to wear down the mucus lining our stomachs. H. pylori has a very interesting strategy to help it survive. It lowers stomach acid so that it can produce ammonia, which alters the pH of the stomach. So now that it's able to survive, your stomach is no longer acidic, making it difficult for you to kill off the bacteria. In addition, many people take antacids, which further weakens the system and raises the risk of contracting H. pylori. When a GI doctor examines you, they don't find anything, so they just treat you. This is a major omission. How can we solve this issue? Anything that makes you bloated should be crossed off the list and avoided again. This could involve eating fiber-rich vegetables. Fruit may also be a part of it. And since many of these grains are high in omega-6, they will also cause inflammation. In addition, I would avoid between meal snacks in favor of intermittent fasting, which will give your digestive system a break and allow it to heal. Now, meat is interesting. There is a diet known as the carnivore diet, and while I'm not advocating for it, many people find that it helps heal their guts because it cuts out a lot of other fibers that irritate their inflammatory stomachs. Additionally, meat contains glutamine, which seals the gut. I tried being a vegetarian, but I experienced too much bloating because I had the mentality that, oh wow, you need fiber to eliminate, which is absolutely untrue. Whether you choose to follow a carnivorous diet or not, for religious or other reasons, you should start introducing more protein, which can come from fish, eggs, and other foods. Animal protein is typically much easier to digest, so my advice to you is to clean up the refined carbohydrates and see how that goes. If you still experience bloating, you should start cutting out some other foods. There are a few more things I would recommend doing as well. One treatment that I would advise against using is betaine hydrochloride because it will raise your stomach's acidity. If you take this medication, perhaps 5 or 6 times a day, before you eat, your stomach will feel better and better because you're restoring its pH. If there are any pathogens in there, they will be killed when you eat, which means they won't end up in your small intestine and cause fermentation and other problems. Overall, I think this is a great place to start healing. Understanding the factors contributing to this phenomenon is crucial for our health and well-being. As we've learned, a combination of dietary habits, sedentary lifestyles, genetic predispositions, and cultural factors play significant roles. But it's crucial to keep in mind that making good adjustments is never too late. By adopting healthier eating habits, engaging in regular physical activity, and making conscious lifestyle choices, we can prevent or even reverse the development of a protruding potbelly. Incorporating more fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins into our diets, along with reducing our intake of processed foods and sugary drinks, can make a significant difference. Regular exercise, such as walking, jogging, cycling, or swimming, not only helps to burn excess calories, but also improves overall health and reduces the risk of chronic diseases. Additionally, practicing stress-reducing techniques like meditation or yoga can promote better mental and emotional well-being, contributing to a healthier lifestyle. At Health Angel Solutions, we're dedicated to providing you with valuable insights and practical tips to help you lead a healthier and happier life. If you found this video informative and helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up, sharing it with your friends and family, and subscribing to our channel for more content on health, fitness, and wellness.